Ryan Hollingshead, if you could tell me where you are from.
I'm a Californian through and through. Grew up in Sacramento in a little town called Granite Bay, and was in LA or in California my whole life until soccer in Dallas was the only time I left LA.
How does one get the soccer bug up there in Northern California?
Honestly, it was hard. Nobody pushed. My parents weren't like overbearing parents that were like, you've got to be the best. They, the way that it worked for me though was my two older brothers were playing competitively, and I would always go with my dad to their trainings. And so I learned from an early age, I either sit on a lawn chair and watch them train for an hour and a half, or I figure out some way how to play with them. I remember even at a young age, at 4, starting to think about like, okay, they're bigger than me, so what do I have to do to be able to beat them in other ways? How can I be more skillful or trickier or faster, or those sorts of things? So I remember thinking in that way, but it was always because I wanted to be playing with my older brothers and I wanted to be competing with them.
When did you know that you had that little something that could take you to this?
From an early age, I was better than the kids my grade because I was used to playing with the older kids. So then when I was playing back down with my age, it was like, okay, I could score a lot of goals, or I could, run by people or those sorts of things. And it wasn't until I committed to UCLA to go play collegiate soccer, then I knew in my mind, I was like, there's a real chance this can go somewhere.
Your faith is very important to you, obviously, yes. But helping people, why is that important to you as well?
Yeah, I think we have one life, right? And it's easy to think about yourself, and it's easy to think about what you need or what you want to have done. It's a lot harder to think about other people. And if you have a spiritual perspective or a bigger perspective outside of just this kind of like physical matter that we see here on earth, then it becomes a lot more about people's souls, people at their like who they are at their being. That for me is my faith is a big driver in that, but it's the question for me is having to say no because I want to say yes to everything. How can I help? Where can I jump in? And now I'm trying to say like, okay, I want to help. I need boundaries. How can I be a good dad and a good husband, and also be a good teammate, and also be a helper in the community, be active in the community? So I love the city, and will always be giving my time to help out.
You were Mr. FC Dallas, over 200 games there. What was it like after all that time? Obviously something you wanted to see, you wanted to come to a club like this, but what was it like? That had to be pretty jarring.
Yeah, it is. And anywhere you go, especially the way that I want to live my life, I'm like, no, I'm here. We're putting everything into where we are. We're diving into the community, serving. My son that's adopted through the foster care system was adopted in Dallas, fostered multiple kids in Dallas. So all of that, like things that I love dearly, either started or were in Dallas or from Dallas, or so there. I have just a ton of great memories from Dallas. With that said though, there was always something competitively within me as a footballer that just wanted to go fight for championships. And there was a year or two there in Dallas where we had some real success. And so for me, especially as I was getting into the prime of my career, I was like, I want to go win. I want to go somewhere where we can really fight for trophies. And so, as well as come back closer to home. So being able to come join LAFC was a dream come true. And then year 1, come in, win the cup, and then been competing for cups ever since.